So I think the exhibition area was really good. The conference area, I think it didn't have that quite that openness that we were used to in terms of kind of come out, sit down and have a cup of coffee with someone. And the rooms were really big though. They all had tables, which was amazing. But you had to make sure you sit the right part to be able to see properly if that's what you wanted to do. But the fact they had much bigger rooms and they were still full really shows how popular the conference is and the speakers. So what were some of the good speakers that you saw today at the conference?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point that you've made. That all of the conference sessions that I went to were packed, absolutely packed, to the point you're fighting your way through. Like it's great having those round tables, but you've got to fight your way through to find a space. But yeah, no, definitely. I was on a session with Michelle Ockers, which was really good, about L&D profession. And the nuances and things about that. And it was one of those things, she had a good point of, is it actually a profession? And she was saying, is it a coherent profession? Is it just a ramshackle of different people? And they had what they called, maybe I won't get this right, but like a bridge event or something they were trying to do, where basically the last 20 minutes, everyone just spoke on their table and actually had a discussion about it, and they brought it all together, and that was really interesting to get different ideas as well.
Yeah, I really like the Bridge event. Donald H. Taylor has brought that into Learning Technologies conference this year. And at a minimum, it's the last 5 minutes of the session about really bridging from what you've learnt in the conference to what you're going to do at work. And I really like that. And some of them work better than others. So I chaired a session about video, and I clued up right from the beginning and said, at the end, I really want you to use your video and share something. And by the end, it was just like, who's going to do that? And like 3 hands went up. So it wasn't as popular, but maybe it will sow a seed for kind of other people later on. Other kind of highlights from from the speakers?
Definitely the Will Thalheimer session was really good about evaluation. Well, obviously about evaluation. But it was really good, and definitely there were aspects where I sat there and Stella Collins was chairing the session, and she did almost her own evaluation for the session, which was it got a real laugh. But she basically got everyone to stand up, whether they had something like concrete they were going to implement, changes they were going to do, and then eventually, so she said that, and the vast majority of people stood up and were like, yeah, we've got concrete stuff that we're going to change. And I thought that was really interesting as well. And definitely there's things for light bulb. I've definitely got some ideas for what we're going to do. What about you, Willis?
Okay. Well, I was in Will Thalheimer's session too. I was in the beginning of it. Really loved some of his takeaways. And you're right, there's some stuff we're going to be changing about what you ask people about how they're going to implement it and what support they need. That was really important. And actually at lunchtime, we had a really interesting conversation with Anthony Williams. He's actually over there having a chat at Bar Camp. And he was saying that it should be about measuring the performance at work and not actually measuring the learning. And the conversation we had was, yes, that's really important. But actually you need to sometimes measure your learning event as well so that you know what's going really well and what people need help with. So that was kind of interesting. I really like that. And of course then there was the exhibition. We spent a good time there this morning chatting to loads of stall holders, some people not exhibiting there that have done in the past, lots of new people, record numbers coming in. So yeah, pretty good I think, and we're looking forward to day 2.
Definitely, yeah, I look forward to it.
Thanks very much.